That heifer right there just don't even care.
Save yourself now.
What do you say, folks?
Yeah.
Everybody's having a blessed day. And all you pappies out there.
I was going to say, a super blessing. It's Father's Day.
Yep. Hope it's been a good one. Got out there and fired them grills up. Got to see them youngins. Grandbabies.
I think that's probably the best part for a lot of people.
Whole everything. Well, willing, like I say, hope y'all had a blessed day there, gentlemen.
Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on the chat.
Yeah, we run a minute too behind. We had a customer call at the last minute talking about, oh, can we go through this and that? And I'm like, well, not really, but
It's a blessing, but it never stops when you work for yourself.
but like I said, we got that narrowed down, taken care of until at least till tomorrow. So,
Then it's back to the real world again.
yep. If the rain will let us, supposed to get a flooding down here tomorrow.
Yeah, we thought we were going to get to play with the bees today, but every time we get ready to go out, it start raining and thundering again. So,
Yeah. No bees again this weekend.
no,
We were so trying to.
there we were.
Saturday just kind of, that's another story in itself.
Yeah.
Then we was like, well, since everything got train wrecked yesterday,
At the end of the day.
we'll go out in the morning. Well, about, I don't know, 9:30, 10 o'clock. And with the thundering and raising sand around here, and here come the rain. And it's been raining all day. But we needed it. It's been a good little while since we got any rain showers, that's for sure.
Hey, Sarah, that sounds like fun.
What they do?
She went to the Purdue Field Day. I guess in those little schools she goes to sometimes.
Yeah. Do some beekeeping education.
Yeah. I can't believe there's this many people. I figured everybody would be doing the family thing today.
Yeah, we was taking a chance, but I told her, I said, them men folk ain't like them women folk. You know, we'll have a beekeeping chat and they'll show up. But
Yeah. But y'all don't feel guilty if you're doing your family thing.
No.
Not anything.
not at all. Enjoy yourself. Spend time with your family. Especially if they come out of town, something like that. But if you are watching, what say you about it?
Yes.
We'll rummage through here and see who we got so far.
Ooh, that does sound fun, Sarah. She learned how to graph queens. You better than me, girl.
Yes, ma'am.
I have not gotten that far in my beekeeping journey yet. But that is awesome.
Well, thank y'all there, Jack and Danae. We sure appreciate y'all too. Everybody. Let me rummage back through here. What were you typing?
One second.
Hallelujah, people popping in here.
I say Miss Jane.
Well, hey, Miss Jan.
Hey, Lisa.
You
I'm not going
made.
to type since you're driving.
I was she driving.
Mm-hmm.
She made beekeeping news this week. Grammy did there. I got a bunch for beekeeping news this week, y'all. I went through and
Oh, did you grab that?
what? My beekeeping news?
What I told you.
No.
Let's see.
Talk to everybody real quick.
Oh no. He should know by now not to leave me alone in front of the camera. That's like hit the anxiety button. Danae, y'all should have just went on and got stuck and slung some mud.
You talking about this?
Yes.
We'll get into this here in just a moment.
I hadn't seen him yet.
We'll hold. Well, I don't know if he's with the family. He may not show up, but
Yeah.
we'll get into it here in just a minute. But we'll say howdy to everybody while
There you go.
others are still getting on in here. Brian from Flower Street, good to see you, brother. You and Jen.
They had an anniversary. Day ago, 2 days ago. There was an anniversary. So I told y'all on the Book of Faces, but happy anniversary. I hope y'all had a good day.
Well, there you go. We'll see Jack and Danae. Brother Keith's filming up there. Miss Sarah. Sarah's happy to have. Michael Tangway. Old Philip Moores. Man, how'd that conference finish out yesterday? Appreciate you going live and showing us all that.
She was telling me, I saw your little notification, but I was over with my dad. But when I got back home, I tried to watch it, and all it would say was the video's private. It wouldn't let me watch the replay on it.
Who else we get? Mr. David Lewis, appreciate you. Steve Amos.
Be disaster.
Be Disaster.
I don't know their real name.
Carl. This
And
could be
Haley.
Brett. Little Miss Haley. Yeah.
Mhm. I gotta say hey to my friend.
That is your best friend on here. Little Miss Haley.
Maritza, good to see you.
Who else?
Miss
Miss Jan.
Jan.
Grammy again. Well, looks like it doesn't run us through all the names for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
This mother get in here.
Yeah. Oh, girl, you got your first sting, but you went back. That's what matters.
Little Haley got her first piece too.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Yeah. Well, Daddy, did she do good with it?
Now you're an official beekeeper, Haley.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
am proud of you for going back out there.
Y'all congratulate that baby getting out there in them bees. Well,
That just makes my heart happy, Haley.
let's see if I can find it. I'm trying to find your comment there, Carl.
Keep going. Keep going. You went way up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so.
There you
Okay,
go.
there we go. Y'all show that baby some love.
For sure.
Okay, thanks. She said, I stopped her the train. See, they
There
read a
you
little
go.
bit.
Do it safe.
Wave in case it's on field.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, Dad said she did great.
awesome. Trying to think, we ain't done, like I said, we ain't done much beekeeping. Work has kept us sheltered throughout the week. Our weekends have,
It's blazing sun, not a cloud in the sky while we're on a roof at work all week. And then it's rain all weekend.
yep, you know how it is. You work all week, it's gonna rain the weekend.
Oh, there's Lee and Redfish.
We'll see. Good evening, gentlemen. Hope y'all had a good Father's Day as well. I do have a little singing bit coming up. Oh yeah, I'm going to
What are you
entertain people.
talking about?
Beans and bologna.
No,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
not. I'm done with beans and bologna. Move on, or I'm gonna hit the end live button. I'm not even playing.
Hey, if any of y'all have seen that YouTube short, raise your hand. Because somebody said that to me.
Janae, don't encourage this behavior. I love you, but don't encourage this behavior.
How'd it go?
Please, just move on from the beans and bologna.
Baby, I'm sorry I hurt you.
Talk about something happy and move on from the beans and bologna.
I want you to come home. Because I got
We
beans
went
and
hiking this morning.
bologna.
Yeah, thank you. We went hiking this morning. I bet you did about burn up, man. It was hot as all get out today.
Yeah, y'all pushing 100 degrees over in Louisiana, I imagine, too. We sure
Yeah.
up in it.
We've been triple digits almost every day this week, haven't we?
Pretty much. Counting the humidity. Humidity up there at 85+%. And watching some of y'all's videos talking about 20-30% humidity. I'm going,
I don't think ours even gets that low in the wintertime. I really
I
don't.
don't think it does, to be honest with you. Maybe 50s, maybe.
Oh
Something like
my
that.
gosh, Steve. Bologna equals surveyor steak.
Especially fried bologna.
I hope you part of that 30 pounds was like a case of water, man.
Yeah, 'cause it ain't taking the red
Mhm.
fish. What's he saying? 97 actual temps here. He's in North Alabama, so
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, we riding on the same boat there, Cap.
I don't know what the temperature is right now.
Probably a little cooler since we got these rain showers.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole bunch of it supposed to be pushing up out of the Gulf. The Gulf
Not
of
the
Mexico,
ocean.
not the ocean. Today, and we're really supposed to get a whole bunch of it tomorrow. So, like I said, it's aggravating, but we do need it. All the flowers and roses and everything is kind of looking a little pitiful around here.
Yeah.
But hopefully, for the little break between what was left with the tallow and a little bit of the mimosa still left out there, maybe they was able to get them a good run on last ditch effort on some nectar.
Yeah, there's not much left at all, though.
Lord willing, next weekend we'll go out there and pull a good 2 pounds of honey, get a little stockpile, and go see what old Lance down the road has got in those. I don't lost how many colonies we helped them keep down there.
7 or 8.
Ran into his boy at the livestock sale Wednesday and kind of went through that. Told him we're going to try to get over there as quick as we can, so get their little extractor cleaned up, get ready AA run to uncap honey and get the jars,
Seriously.
and we'll. He's mad.
I wouldn't let him get on me in my lap. So he's just mad out over there.
Holy moly.
Uh-huh.
See, a lot of folks are getting ready to pull honey. I know some of y'all have already pulled honey, but I guess the main run in the next, well, it'll be July in 2 weeks. So it'll be bottling time and go to selling. Start hitting them markets or however you go about selling it. It's time, people. Then here we go with the old dirt. Be coming on about middle of July, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to all this.
No.
It's nice to throwing himself around in protest.
Yeah.
That's a pretty accurate description, though.
Yeah, 'cause she done about spoiled that dog.
Yeah, right by myself.
What was I going? I think to say something.
I don't know.
Dirt.
Yeah.
Last couple of years since we getting kind of close on it, we'll touch on the subject if you will, but they would have just, I'm going to assume just enough to where we would stick some open feed out, thinking, all right, they're going to kill this 5 gallons like they've done in years past in a day or two, and wouldn't hardly touch it, even with the Apis biologic. They would. I mean, don't get us wrong. There'd be a handful of bees around it, but there wouldn't be several hundred around it like it normally would be during dirt. And that's happened the last 2 years. So, don't know if it's going to be the same zone this year as well, or if we're going to get on to that full on, there ain't nothing out there, period, dirt, and really have to go to putting the feed to them every day or every other day. But I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. What else?
I can't think and type at the same time.
Who else we got in here? Come on in.
I don't think anybody else closest to her. Oh, there's Catherine. Mike Tangway. They had to put his dog down.
Oh, my mercy, buddy. I hate that. We had to do that a few months back ourselves. Let's see. I can't believe you be dropped in.
Yeah.
Catherine got in here. Good to see y'all. Appreciate everybody getting in here. Like I said, we know it's a holiday and most everybody doing the family thing, but appreciate everybody that has taken the time. Mm-hmm. As y'all can see, we got the blue background. I ain't changed the StreamYard, changed it. Since we transitioned over to the free version, instead of dishing out $250 for the paid version. Now, if we get to the point where everybody's crowding in here again for guests and all that good stuff, we'll go back to the paid version probably, but we just didn't see any sense in spending extra money right now on the paid version, which there ain't really too much of a difference except for adding the background. We can still keep, as y'all seen in the intro, we can still keep our intro. Still do the picture thing and all that good stuff, but you just can't upload backgrounds and a few other little odd ends, which is just too many buttons for me to keep up with. So
apparently, me too now, since I'm the one that cut the stream off last week.
Oh yeah, you did, didn't you? I forgot about that.
I sure did.
Wasn't me that time, y'all.
Okay, one time out of 50.
But it's one time.
That's true. There has been one time.
So.
All right, you want to do the prayer list or the B news?
We'll do the prayer list, then we'll go through the B news. And we got a couple thank yous out there to holler at some of y'all about. So, yeah. Y'all, if there's anybody we need to add to, take away from on the prayer list, or if you just got special prayer requests, put it in there. Or if you don't want, put it in the chat, shoot us an email, and we'll jot it down as a
unspoken or something.
That's it.
Okay. We got Mr. Martin Miller, Ed and his wife, Mr. Pat, the Dirt Rooster's dad, Miss Deb, Grammy Lisa, there's her son, 2 granddaughters, and an unspoken request. Bob and his family, Tom's wife and mother-in-law, Bob's friend Jason Cooper, Mr. Donnie, Michael Tangway's wife, Miss Sandy, Miss Carla Green, DC's parents, David Hoskins' little granddaughter Emma, baby Luca, and the family that lost their little one, Canada Brad, and that Deanna Wheeler is Philip's mentee's best friend and her son Reed. And Philip said he was doing better after his surgery. Philip's mama, his cousin Lorinda, his mentee Rachel Wilson, and then her sister Amanda and her niece Riley and her family are on here. Then Philip's friend BJ and his wife, the Jennifer Brown family, Russell Amon's wife, Miss Brenda, Bobby's Bees and his family, Minnesota Mike, his brother Dave, and his cousin Mark Moholt, Kennedy Bowman, Ed's dad, Mr. Mike Brown, Aaron Frederick, Mr. Larry and Miss Sherry Gandy, and Mr. Larry's mama, the Cheryl Faulkner family, Keith Larimore, Hillbilly Earl, the Paris family, and that's the Dirt Roosters in-laws, Sandy with Icy Mountain Honey, her young family member, Created with Tuck, Pieces of April, the Pescatarian, the Montalbano family, Song, who is Bruce with his beads granddaughter, Steve Amos's brother, Danae's grandmother, Spanky, the Heavenly Hives, Israel, and all those affected by the war over there, all the storm victims from all the bad tornado weather we've had the last month or so. Jegs Farms, his wife is on here. Sean Valtersa's wife, Mr. Ron, who is the landowner of one of Blaine's bee yards. She said take him off. PJ from Hanley's Homestead, Staffer Mike, the families of the 4 police officers killed in Charlotte, Shabu, the beekeeper who had the horrible storm damage, and then PJ Hanley's Homestead added a teenager in his town that had tried to commit suicide. And then the other YouTuber we watched, the Acorn Stash, we've had his dad on here, but we're changing that to his family because his dad passed away. Keith Spillman, his wife and her siblings, we put them on here. They lost their mama a couple weeks ago. And then Ricky Rourke, and then DC added 29 Homestead last week. And then the new additions tonight are Mike Tangway and his family having to put their old puppy dog down, and Mike's sister-in-law. So,
Her name is Catherine Marie Tangway. Mhm. And if y'all will, keep Hannah's family in your prayers. Her daddy come down with some kind of stomach bug and is just sick as a puppy. And my family right now, we can't get into any detail on what that situation is, but we're praying that it is not what we have been approached with what it is. So just please pray for everybody. But the ones of you keeping up with the prayer list and all that, you adding folks to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on the community page tomorrow and update everything.
But
As well.
I haven't seen. Have you seen? Is Mr. Dan Weaver? Have you seen him in here yet?
Uh-huh.
He may be spending time with family and the other one.
Something.
Yeah, I told Russell that. Let me get my little scrap piece of paper here. And I'll rummage through beekeeping news, then we'll maybe these other two gentlemen. One of them's in here now.
Okay. Oh,
But hopefully these other two gentlemen will jump in and say hello real quick, and we can thank them as well. But beekeeping news, we finally got some, and boy, have I got a list tonight. I got 11.
oh
Yeah. I wrote out a lot of folks now. You can't read my writing?
Not from here.
Okay, well, I'll do my best to read my own writing. So, first one on the beekeeping news. Got old Spanky. He done about a 2-minute video on, he was watching ground bees. I guess they're like a solitary bee, and he was calling them a cellophane bee. What the lady that he asked was talking about. But undoubtedly, they, from what the camera looked like, they almost looked like I'll say almost a baseball size, probably not quite that big, but a cluster of them on the ground. And they was chasing them a woman, and undoubtedly, like I said, they're a solitary bee of some sort. One of our native pollinators here in the States. And anybody interested on them solitary bees and things like that, go check out Spanky at the Filament Corner. And it got a good little old video on showing them bees on the ground and all that. Let's see. Oh, Tennessee Tim.
That was a cool video.
Yep. One of them, well, let's see, I only got the one on here. He had about 3 of them, but he was doing, they had a swarm. And the fella was helping him out went out there and done a little bit of tanging. And anybody that's done tanging, we've had 2 out of 3 on success. So we can pretty well say, yeah, tanging works. And I imagine there's others that'll be out there that tried it and that can say, yeah, it's worked for me. But they were doing some tanging on the swarm. Lo and behold, boom. They went into a little old box there. And the man is working on a hot honey, of which he is calling pickup hot honey. Then, let's see, number 3, 4, and 5 are about the stream team bunch. Yep. First of all, I got Bruce with Bruce's Bees. He met a gentleman named Michael, which ended up, he was an Army vet. And I believe, if I was interpreting the video right, that there was a small swarm that went into a water meter. Well, the fella called him up, or they got together somehow or another, went over there, ended up getting a little old swarm out of the water meter. Well, the ones of you that watch the stream team, which most everybody does, knows that, especially Greg, pushes the lighthouse, be the lighthouse and all that. And over here at Gunline, we push the fellowship part. You know, let's work together, talk about things that we have in common, which is a part of the definition of fellowship and all that. But him and Bruce sat down and they had some good fellowship back and forth with one another. And it was a group of bees that brought these two men together. And Lord willing, it'll work out to where the gentleman that Bruce met will possibly get into the Hive for Heroes program since he was an Army vet. So hopefully Bruce can help him along in that and encourage that gentleman to continue the beekeeping process and all. Number 4, Greg Burns over there at Nature's Image Farms. I imagine many of y'all have seen this. They got the new oxalic acid product for the M's. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Them M's.
Not everybody knows what you're talking about.
Huh?
Everybody knows what you're talking about.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mites.
Moving
on. And Brian over at Castle Hives. This is just more of, brother, I hope I didn't upset you in Ricky's live week before last about the quail. If I did, my apologies. I doubt they're watching, but if they are, didn't mean to ruffle any feathers.
Unintended.
Boom. Okay, moving on. Jose out there in California, yay. He got a short on what extreme heat would do to bees. Now, granted, the short that he done was on some mating nukes that he had, but I think he said it got over 100 and something over there as far as California temperatures. And the mating nuke that he showed, there wasn't enough in there to keep that little mating nuke cooled down. So, had some little bees, more than nurse bees, just kind of expire due to heat exhaustion. It sucks, but at the same time, I'm glad people are putting things like that out there besides the everything goes right in beekeeping, and it's, you know.
But it's always hard to see.
Yeah, it's a bummer watching them die, but once again, it's good to see folks putting things out there that are part of beekeeping as well, besides all the everything is good all the time, which is not. Y'all know as well as we do. Grammy, she moved Pink into a bigger box. And
Wasn't the video she did with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll let me finish.
Pardon me.
Golly, I got beekeeping news.
Golly.
Good, great. Anyway, y'all.
Dump this coffee on you.
Granny. I'm sorry. Grammy got Pink moved into a bigger box. She's got quite a bit of brood she just laid up. They ain't got it capped off all the way yet, but undoubtedly she is getting it. And she had a guest with her, Ed, from Son of One, helping her.
It's not a secret, Martin. They already put the video.
Let me finish my beekeeping news.
Oh, my word.
Good grief, y'all.
Somebody didn't get his latte today.
I didn't. Number 8. Paul from Hell Hives. He's getting ready to harvest, he said. And the bee hacienda. I'm going to assume that this was, now correct me if I'm wrong, especially Paul, if you're in here, or anybody that knows, the horizontal hive. I'm going to say Ricky built, maybe. there was about 6 openings there, and each one of them he had filled with bees in the bee hacienda. And the boxes that he had 3 or 4 super stacked on top, and then some.
Okay, Lee said yes, Ricky built it.
Okay. Then we got, let's see here, Jack and Danae. They're at J&D Bees, showing off a fine queen.
Yeah, I saw that on the other social media.
Well, that fine queen comes from Brian and Jen.
Mm-hmm.
They're at Flower Street Farm and Bees.
They just
So-
popped back in.
That's a good looking box there, y'all. Both of you. Appreciate y'all doing them right. Brian and Jen on getting them a good nuke, and
Can you pause for a minute without getting mad?
I can
No, flustered again.
push up a minute. Yeah.
Okay, Philip said Charlie at Hives for Heroes told me they picked up 1,500 new mentees due to an article published in the VA newsletter. That's a blessing, but put them in desperate need for mentors.
Awesome. That's wonderful.
I told him
1,500.
that's incredible.
Yes. I guess we need to get on the ball about doing that too. Checking on that Hives for Heroes and see about folks here in our area.
We really wanted to look into. Well, I think didn't we talk about that last week? Because we were saying, we might not can teach them the right way, but we can definitely show you what not to do.
Yeah, that's what you need to learn too.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do this, people.
Yeah. Okay, continue on.
That's great to hear, Philip. Appreciate you passing that along, folks.
Yeah, because I had no earthly idea. So that's just wild. One article got 1,500 new mentees signed up.
I wonder, is there like any of y'all that does the Hives for Heroes, is there a map that shows, there's so
There's-
many in this area that
Yeah.
have mentees or don't have mentees, or do they have anything like that? I only got 2 more, then I'll check out the comments on that in just a second. All right, Jack and Danae.
Yeah.
Brian and Flower Street. Brian and Gina. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota Mike had what he believes was a queenless swarm move in.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So he's working on remedying that situation as far as, I don't know if the man's going to buy a queen and put in there with him, or if he's going to throw in a frame of brood and let them generate their own queen. And this one here, I got to say, is encouraging, because he took an extra step, and as I told him, you went over that threshold to what may be uncomfortable to a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
but yet he's got his confidence built up, got enough knowledge now to get out there and start talking to people about beekeeping.
Mm-hmm.
But our good friend, old Johnny Walker, up there at Tennessee Mountain Bees, he's got about a 30-minute video, but it is well worth watching, especially seeing Johnny take that step and going out and talking to folks about beekeeping. It was kind of like a beekeeping club, something along those lines, but had a great presentation, and the PowerPoint that he did was pretty well like he done his Trees and Bees series, and well spoken. His comment back earlier was, I'll try not to zoom through it or go through it as quick, but Johnny, if you're watching, brother, you did a great job, man.
Oh, bitch.
Plain spoken. You could hear him clear. Very informative.
And Brian said he watched.
So if y'all hadn't seen Johnny's video, go over there and watch it and continue to encourage him and anybody else. If that's something you want to do, just make that step just like you did getting your first bunch of bees. Get out there and educate folks and get more people into this. We'd have never imagined that we would be.
Thank you, Lee. He just put the link for that video in the chat.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And are you done?
I'm done for a minute.
Somebody said there was a Philip. No, Redfish. Philip just put out a really good video on a new beekeeper. I missed that one. Did you see it?
No, I ain't seen that yet. But I will
I'll
say,
have to go check it out.
and I know once again we're going to beat a dead horse on this. But a lot of y'all, and I know some of y'all have been telling us this through text messages and just ones that we talked to on the telephone, that we won't get your videos until 3 or 4 or 5 days after.
Yeah, then
It's
we
posted.
finally get the notification. Y'all put a video out.
Yeah. I'll look in the comments and be like, oh, okay, it's 30 minutes ago. And there'll be 5 or 6 comments, but the comments will be days old.
And Philip said must be the other Philip. I guess it wasn't his video.
Well, there's a Philip out there. But either way, I'm not sure what's up with the YouTube end on that. Because many of y'all, we do have like the all setting on it. To where
Yeah, on the notifications. But it still doesn't let us know.
it will not ding for whatever reason.
He said, oh no, there's 2 Philips.
Let's see. Well, I guess let's say our thank yous.
Yeah.
And Laura willing, they'll go back and watch, and if nothing else, get to this part, whether you watch it all the way through or not. But first one I got, and this really ain't beekeeping related, but I want to thank him for thinking about me.
I still haven't seen him. He must be with the family.
Well, that's fine. Ain't no worries. But many of y'all know I love them cannons.
That's an understatement.
I love my lead dispensers. Full on 2A, absolutely America on that ear. But Mr. Dan Weaver sent me a video link through email. And it was this park ranger that goes through Gettysburg up there. And he's got a pretty good sense of humor, but he gives the history of what happened in the area of Gettysburg up there as he's walking people through. So thank you much, Mr. Dan Weaver, for sending it to me. And I sat and watched 3 or 4 of them after that. But we'll tell you, appreciate you on that end. Then this one here, I'll let you just talk about it because you didn't know nothing about it.
No, I didn't. Yeah, this one, it did my heart good. Because that day had been a really, really long and rough day. And I knew I had ordered some coffee stuff off of Amazon. And I was expecting it to come in, but there was 2 boxes. And I was so aggravated and frustrated just with the day we had. I was thinking, yeah, I ordered one thing and they split the order into 2 boxes because there was 2 bottles of it. So I opened it up and was not expecting this at all. But this bag came out of the Amazon box. Well, I finally found it had a card attached to it. And it said, let's upgrade that prayer list from just a piece of paper. God bless. But old Phil Kent, 33 miles, these, and I didn't even know they made these things. But look, he sent a prayer list journal with honeybees all over it. But it's an actual book to write prayer requests in. So we will be utilizing that. I'm going to transfer everything tomorrow into that. But man, you don't know what that did for us to get it, especially that day. We just thought it was awesome. It was just really, really awesome of you to do that.
Yes, and that was, she come out and told me, she's like, you ain't never going to guess it. She just handed me the little note. I guess if you buy somebody something, you can leave a note in there and it'll be mailed to you, however it works.
Yeah.
But I was like, what in the world is this? And
I was like, just read it. I promise it'll make your heart happy like it just did me.
it did. I was like, well, that was pretty awesome, brother. So thank you much.
Yes,
There,
we
Phil,
do appreciate
33-mile
it.
bees.
And we will definitely be using it for sure.
And last but not at all least, let's see. Yeah, he's still in here. Carl, 2B Brats. Brother, you reached out to me the other day, told me to give you a call, and you asked me a question on, I'm not going to divulge the information, but you asked me a question on something and asked if there was any way that you could help or contribute in any way for allow us to carry on Sunday fellowship here each evening with Gunline Bees. And
that one about brought me to tears, literally.
Brother, that meant a lot to us. And we just want to say thank you. And little Miss Haley, appreciate you loving Miss Hannah so much.
Oh, you're so cool. I still haven't got your picture, by the way.
But Carl, you and your family, I know you, imagine you discussed it with your woman and everything like that. So, want to thank her too as well. But
yes,
you just taking the time to reach out to us to make sure that we'll be able to continue Sunday fellowship, and your willingness to help by any means.
It meant the world to us.
So, we just want to recognize everybody this evening on those end of things. And once again, y'all are a blessing to us in many, many ways. And we just want to say thank you to everybody that supports us each Sunday.
Yes.
Whether you're members or you just in here chit chatting with us or shoot us a text message, emails, everybody. We thank y'all so very much for the support and all.
We sure wouldn't be here without y'all.
Lord, no. Like I said, we'd have never imagined a year ago that we'd even be doing this. But it
oh my word!
It turned out to be a good thing. Lee,
he could have more memberships than me.
Oh, God love you, bro. Well, who got them?
Let's see, 3 Boys Bees, Soul Sister, Matthews, Zodareki, Maritza, and Miss Sharon. Thank you, Lee.
Thank you.
We appreciate that too, man.
Look at it. You're a fine fella. I don't care what they say about you, old Lee. Thank you, brother.
I've never heard anybody say a single bad thing about Lee. Like, ever.
Well, and once again, these memberships is what's going to be able to help us get we know for sure, to Slidell and be able to see everybody. And there's so many of you. Once again, we want to shake hands with, take pictures,
I don't know about pictures, but we want to meet y'all for sure.
holler at y'all, but just put, meet folks face to face.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few of you we have been able to meet and talk with. There's several of you that's come by and just sat down and had a visit with us here at the house. And,
And we have thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't
Yes.
wait to just actually meet everybody and just hang out for a little while. Do you want to put the link up?
we can put the link in there.
It's 8 o'clock.
Is it already? Time is flying by.
You're having too much fun.
I am having too much fun. They ought to write a country music song that says that.
Oh my God. Just hold it down. Hold your finger down in the line. Now hit paste.
I'll let you do it.
Let's see if I can kill the stream again.
Don't push the back button.
I'm not gonna push the back button.
You just push the back button.
I pushed the enter button.
Did it
I
good?
did not push the back
Okay,
button.
it went.
Oh, hey, DC.
Good to see you, bro. You too. Notice you got that garden about ready out there. At least got your dirt turned up. Getting ready to plant.
Yeah, didn't he say he was how many days early?
Ooh, give me tell and tell right now. I'm about got information overload watching everybody video.
Trying to keep up. Are you serious?
What?
He said we were talking about infections tonight.
Yeah. These are what's contributing to the infections. I know we don't. Never
Oh,
mind.
somebody already.
Who's this here? Mr. David Lewis.
Oh, hey, Mr. David.
Uh-oh.
You gotta turn the volume up.
Wait 1 second, Captain. Turn the volume up.
Gotta turn the mic on.
There we go. We got you now.
Yeah. I'm driving right now. Almost home.
Well, you said you were going to get a new.
I went to pick up a bait hive,
Okay.
and I'm on the way home with it. It's in the back seat.
So you
Yeah.
had success.
So literally, I'm about 300 feet from home, and I just love you guys, your channel, listening on Sunday nights.
We appreciate that.
Yes, sir. How's
And-
money going in your neck of the woods?
I'm literally pulling into the driveway right now, and since it's not on the car speaker anymore, when I turn it off, it'll stay running. And I'll show you here. Getting out of the car, and you talk about yeah. When I go to settings, camera, and I like to do the we're facing front, facing back. So see, I'm getting out of the car, literally. And why don't you come along while I set this bait hive up in the yard? And here's my bait hive. And oh, forgot to close the door. The lights stay on if I don't close the door. Go over. And this is my little place of paradise on earth. We've got the camper back there and the house with the new addition over this way. And I have my bees way back here.
You got a pretty place out there.
Sure do.
There we go. Like I say, it's my little heaven on earth.
It looks like it.
Uh-huh.
I like it with all that pretty green grass. We got a little patch of grass, and the rest of it is just woods.
Yeah. I found a dead out this afternoon.
I saw your comment earlier.
Yeah. And so what I'll do is set this up right here. And there we go. Now, when they wake up in the morning, not that they sleep, but when they come out in the morning, and do we have anything in here? I sure hope so. I'd be sad if I got this home and found that they didn't make it.
Oh,
We'll just pop this open quickly. Oh yeah, there's bees there.
Yes, sir. We got some bees in there. Welcome home, lady.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
So those are bait hives that I made when I first started. And that bait hive literally was over here. And I know Bob Walker has his swarm rustler. And so I got some swarm rustler and put it in 2 bait hives. One here and one about 4 trees down.
Mhm.
And then I had that bait hive sitting here that had Swarm Commander that I've had for 5 years. And guess which one they picked?
I'm scared to hazard guess.
It wasn't Swarm Wrestler. Anyhow, I thought you guys would enjoy that. I'm going to back out of here and let somebody else come in, and I'll be on the chat, okay?
All right, Mr. David.
Nice to see you guys today.
Yes, sir. Oh,
Rolling.
don't push the button.
Don't take you off button.
Mm-mm. Well, I mean, a lot of people using Bob's stuff this year. It's
A lot
got
of people killing it with Bob's stuff this year.
with his competition he's got going on there, and
Oh, the championship.
Champion.
I forgot. I
uh,
don't even know who's in the lead. If I had to guess, I would say Rodney Middleton. Because he kills everybody on swarms every year.
either him or
Tom's
Tom,
been catching
yeah.
a lot this year.
that's who I was gonna kind of go with on Tom there.
A lot.
So
I mean, a lot of people though. Sarah, Joey. There's a lot of people catching a lot of swarms this year.
mm-hmm. I guess we got to find some little better spots. I guess.
Yeah, we caught one swarm and not even trying to catch a swarm. It was just an empty box that we forgot to put up. Literally, is how we caught a swarm.
Well, we did do our homemade stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I had all that in that swarm box or our box out there, just leaving it just in case. So I guess we could count that one, I reckon, as far as a catch on the homemade stuff.
But I mean, actually trying to, we weren't really
No,
putting forth a lot of effort into it. We did in grandma's,
yeah,
and we didn't catch one.
no. We've got several places where we could go, and we talk about, look, let's go set some swarm traps up here. Let's set traps there. Then we have people that we know, friends and family, that often tell us, hey, come put some of them boxes up out here. And I guess a lot of it is our fault for not going and putting them out.
Making time to go put them
Well, a lot of just finding the time. Not yet.
out.
But more of it, I guess, just finding time to go 10 miles in whatever compass direction you want to go and stick boxes out, things like that. So I guess we can't blame anybody but ourselves on that end. But
DC found a queen he lost today.
well, that's good. Hey, at least it wasn't like old Philip. I don't know if he'll come in or not. Tell his story about queens flying away from him. Oh, look at there. We done talked this Texican up here.
There he is.
Hey,
Hey,
Hey.
I didn't even hear you say my name until I was already in. I'm glad you were telling me not. I'm glad weren't telling me not to come in.
no, come
Why
on
would we
in.
take you out to the
But if you want, for the people that did
All
miss
right.
it on the last ones,
Yeah.
how about the story of
The flyaway queen?
the more queens that
Oh,
got
yeah.
pregnant?
Let's see if I can.
Are you out at the farm?
No, I'm at home.
Oh,
If my son shows up, I'll probably have to jump off of here, but we'll see. He said he was
Yeah.
coming back by here after work, but
okay.
I'm not sure. Let me see here. I'll just show you.
You
I know
know,
y'all like to see bees. That little nuke's doing pretty good, I think. It's only on the left side of that. I'm just showing y'all the bee yard. There's nothing particularly exciting. I gotta check the colony on the right side of this. I gotta check it. It looks like they may not have. Yeah, there's one bee coming out of it. They may not have made it. I don't know. I gotta split these things up because we're going into the dirt. They'll start going after each other. I have no idea if I have any honey. I haven't even looked. Y'all there?
Yeah, we here. We just listened to you, showing you
Okay.
stuff.
I'm looking at it.
Got quiet on me.
I was trying to type. Y'all should know by now. I can't text and talk at the same time.
Probably gonna get stung now. I'm walking out in the middle of them. Yep, there's one right there coming at me. Get away from me.
Mm-mm.
Get away.
Swat
Get
at
away.
it.
Yeah. What
I got-
shook away.
I got them facing so many different directions. Oh boy, look at this
Like to sneak through there, huh?
little bee power there.
Real quick, Phil, 33-mile bees, since you just dropped in and you can't stay long. We mentioned it a few minutes ago, but thank you very much, brother, for the prayer list book.
Yeah.
Yep, that was cool, Phil. That was really cool.
That blew my mind. I didn't even know they made something like that.
You pretty well up to your gills there, Philip, in your backyard?
It looks like
I'm gonna hit a couple. That one there's pretty. 3 supers on it. Let me see if I can pick up these. Oh, that one's nice and heavy. I might have some money after all. We'll see.
I know you've been worried about getting a honey crop with all the rain y'all been having.
Yeah, we've kind of dried out the last couple weeks. Thank goodness. Praise the Lord. So hopefully hopefully the supers I had on here will be full. There's not very many supers on most of these, but I'll tell you, hey, if they fill those up, I'll be super happy.
Hey, what we can get, ladies and gentlemen. Better than
I'm
a
still-
pound and 7 ounces.
I'm still building more boxes. I'm still optimistic. I built those today. Got to paint them tomorrow.
That's the most.
It has your names all over it.
Let me get you. There, bam, bingo. I guess that's the most, I don't know, maybe monotonous part is doing all the painting, which we don't do. Y'all know we don't paint. We just slap marine varnish on ours to keep the wood grain look. But any kind of paint, whether you do it for a living or you just tinkering with it, you're just like, oh, good grief.
I gotta go paint.
Yes.
Who is it that complains all the time? Blaine that hates painting boxes.
I think so.
Yeah. I don't particularly like it, but I'm not sure if I could use wax dipping on plywood. Would it make the glue fail?
I don't know.
I'd say probably so, with it being so hot, turning that glue loose.
Yeah, I think it'd be risky to try to do it. And I got all that free plywood I'm trying to use. So I can't be a good beekeeper, but I can have the smokers that the good ones use. I bought that at that conference.
To get you a day dance smoker.
Yeah, I'm gonna be just like the dirt rooster.
There you go.
Hey, Philip, Russell was asking how many hives you have back there.
Is this being recorded?
You're live, Philip.
Oh gosh, I have like 10 spots, but no, there was actually a few more that I didn't one or two more I didn't show you, but you can see I'm spilling out all directions. But I think there's 14 queens out there. We'll see. I think I got to get some of them moved out to the country because if I wait until middle of July or August, they'll start being an annoyance around here because they'll be trying to get into everybody's stuff. But
We kind of got a split here. Phil from 33 miles says, them Canadian boys did out a U glue.
But then Square Bee Farms Mike said he's get plywood lids and so are no issues. It depends on the quality of the plywood.
yeah, it's exterior. It's that RTD plywood, that exterior sheathing. So
Well, does he say videos ways? Some of them, the plywood started to come apart, and others that it didn't affect it. I don't know.
It's a gamble, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should dip a couple and see. Because I don't know anybody around here that does that. I'm definitely not going to set up to do it. They say it costs like $1,200 in wax just to get started. So.
Ooh, that's a lot.
And I was just fixing to ask what it was to get started with, I guess, a dipping tank and.
Yeah, I have no idea what a dipping tank would cost. But that's what I've heard. It takes about $1,200 worth of wax to get enough.
That's what I was thinking. We could probably build a tank for not too terribly bad, but the main expense, I think, is in the wax to get it going.
Yeah.
You know, if you had a lot of people that would, give you $5 $5 or $6 a box to dip them, which I'm sure they would, you could probably recover that pretty fast. That's what I'd have to do if I was to do it. But like I said, I do like the idea of not painting though.
Yeah.
Well, that way it's one and done. You got to go back out in 5 years and touch up, or anybody that knows and deals with painting that.
I believe you. I believe it's got to be superior.
If you miss I'm talking about a small crack in that paint. If you don't get that paint covered and everything, then you've got a point of weakness later on down the road with water
Right.
getting into that one little spot.
Yeah, it just sits there.
Mr. JW just popped in. But he said I glue and dip all my hives, never had any problem with separation.
But did you? But they're also fastened too, right? I would just be, it'd be the plies that I'd be worried about.
Yeah.
Yeah, are y'all using plywood? I guess, are you building boxes out of plyboard, then dipping them?
But you're right. A lot of people use plywood for their migratory tops, and they dip those. And I hadn't heard them complain about it.
Okay, DC said a thinner plywood might warp as it dries. That makes sense.
Are you
Yeah.
using like 3/4 you finding, or what you using, Phil?
I'm using 3/4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I see both ends there. Like DC saying, if you use like a 3/8, maybe if you slapped another 3/8 to it, glued every loving mess out of your splice that you make there,
Mm.
then you might be
So
able to do something with it. But
right. So I don't know why that live I did isn't showing up on my feed anymore. Maybe if when I get on my desktop. Did you say you tried to watch it and it was private, Hannah? I didn't.
Yeah, I tried to watch the playback on it. He said he watched it while I was over at my dad's while you were actually live.
Yeah,
But
I haven't seen it show up. Maybe there's some way I have to release it. Somebody that does this more than I do. But
don't get me
can't-
to lie. I just know I clicked the link to try to watch the playback, and it just said, this video is private. You can't watch it.
I do have like maybe 2 videos that I did private. One of them was a while back. I did it for it was for scouts taking a merit badge. So I showed them the bees. And then I did one recently where I was selling some nukes. So I went through all my nukes and made a video so they could pick which ones they wanted.
I don't know.
But those don't show up on my phone. Maybe they'll show up on my laptop. I go into it, but maybe I just have to release it somehow. But it said when I started the live, it said, it asked you who you want to view it, and I picked the public on the viewing.
well, whenever you told everybody I'll holler at you later, pretty much, and you was pulling one of my stunts, going, "How do I shut this thing off?"
Yeah, exactly.
Right before it went off, it showed up. I guess you hit a button somewhere, and it said, "This video is now private." Then
Oh,
that's
it
when
did.
went
Okay.
away.
Okay. Well, maybe let's see if I can. I'm gonna try to pull it up on my desktop and see.
Oh no, Mr. JW. He said, I'm just getting in from the VR. Not a good evening. I dropped a feeder bucket and got lit up.
Ruh-roh. What you say, Grayson? Good to see you, bud.
Oh, baby, Chad.
Little Vincent, if you're watching too.
Yeah. I never know if he watches. Grayson's the only one that ever really gets in the chat.
Well, hopefully, if y'all able to make it to Slidell too, we look forward to just shaking y'all's hand. That would be a bummer if you run in like Mr. JW just got into.
Mm.
Uh-oh.
I miss the stain here and there, but I don't miss getting lit up like that.
Hey, our first cutout that we did, some of y'all heard us talk about it. in that old shooting house, and I had went to cut a piece of comb. I can't remember exactly how it went, but anyway, I dropped a big old piece of comb, and it was covered with bees. And all we had was, I think, just our jacket with the veil on. And I'm up inside this little old hunting house. Hannah's in as far as she can get in there with me as well. And when I dropped it, y'all know what happened. The hunting house filled up with bees. And my only words to her was, "Don't move."
He's screaming, "Don't freak out." Who's freaking out here? I'm just standing here. But we got tore up big time.
Yeah. Them girls took advantage of our putts out there and stung the mess out of us all around. Then we watched them fly off into the sunset like an old cowboy movie.
Philip's concentrating over there.
Thinking
Yeah,
hard.
Thinking talk either.
I determined that. Yeah, I don't know where that video is because the one that I had on there for the person buying the nuke is on here, but I had to post it as, if you do it private, nobody can really see it, but if you put unlisted on there, then you can send them the link. And that's what I had, that one, but I don't know what happened to that thing. Oh well.
No telling. It's out there in YouTube land somewhere.
Yeah.
Try going in. I don't know if it'll help or not, but like just on your page, then go over to the live portion and see
Yeah, I
if it
did that.
shows up in there.
I did. It didn't. It shows all my other lives that I've done, which is like 4 or 5, but it didn't show that one.
Uh-oh.
Look, look.
I changed it
Pastor
to show.
Will said that too.
What?
They tried watching one of Philip's videos a little while back, and it said it was private, but they couldn't remember which one offhand.
I don't know. I've only made 2 of those that I meant to make that way. I don't know what I'm doing over here. So.
Join the crew. We don't either.
I deleted what was it? One of our giveaways or something?
Uh-huh.
One of the first lives we did.
Yeah.
I just all out as soon as the show was over, I thought I was hitting the right button and just deleted the whole thing.
I think it was one of the 15,000 tries we did on the video announcing the giveaway.
Is that what it was?
I think so. Because I was ready to pure strangle you when I had to get in front of the camera for the 15,001st time to redo that video.
Yeah, she wasn't happy with me.
DC said button strikes again.
Oh yeah, that was 100% on me on that for sure.
I just rolled my eyes. I was like, don't even come at me with that camera again today. We'll try another day.
So
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was going to say I bought some honey at the conference. I stopped at a booth and I tasted this lady's honey, and it's called Craze EBs. It said they're out of Richmond, Texas. I don't even know where that is. It's not Richland where my bees are, but Richmond, Texas. But look at the flavor on it.
I can't read that.
Green Texas pecan coffee. Well, there's one for you.
I got
It is some kind of good.
Yeah.
I don't want to offend Brian or Russell, but this is my new favorite creamed honey now.
Did they have a website?
It's really, really good.
Did she just sell it like at markets and stuff?
Yeah, she said she makes it with a hand blender.
Oh,
She doesn't even
okay.
have a KitchenAid. Yeah, she makes it she said right now until she starts selling more. But she had some cinnamon honey, which I'm just not a huge fan of the cinnamon honey. It's good, but it doesn't. To me, the cinnamon overpowers it, and it just starts tasting like cinnamon spread.
Yeah.
But this has still got a good bit of the honey, and the pecan in here is unbelievable. It's like roasted pecan flavor in it, and just a hint of the coffee. The coffee's not real strong in it, but it's really. I'm gonna have to try this. So I have a bunch of pecans that my mom gives me. There'll be Louisiana pecans and Texas honey.
I was just thinking all them pecans that Mama got us last year, we could dehydrate
Oh,
and you could make a pecan and cream honey.
Mm-hmm.
This one has
This
one has pecan pieces in it, but most of them floated up to the top. So after your first few scoops, you don't really get many pieces, but it's still got the flavor. Still got the flavor in it.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check into that. I never would have thought about putting pecans in honey. But I mean, I put honey on roasted pecans.
Yeah, now that was good.
Right.
She did that last year with pecans and walnuts. Did 2 or 3 batches of
Candy.
Yeah.
Pecans and walnuts.
but it was good. I ate on them things until
I thought you were gonna make yourself sick.
Yeah, this was really good.
I meant to write one of those down too. That the lady that had the remedy books, Miss Carolyn.
Oh yeah, he was telling me about that. You met her on your live.
Yeah,
was her last-
that's one of the things I regret about not being able to find it, because I kind of want to go back and see who that was too.
I subbed to her channel, so I'll go back
Okay.
and get a text tomorrow or something with her link.
And when I first walked through there, I thought that was just like a collection of books she was selling, but it turned out she wrote every one of those books, like 5
Oh,
books.
pretty cool.
I watched her intro video, and she seemed to be well knowledgeable in what she was doing. So I'd say I feel pretty comfortable taking advice from her on whether you want to do. But I think most stuff she said, she does home remedies as far as wax, propolis, and honey, and different tinctures and remedies and things like that.
Mhm.
Gibson, maybe. Y'all don't hold me to it. I'll go back and I'll stick the link in the description or something more. Anybody that's interested.
I wonder if she was. They had in the afternoon. They had like 4 different speakers going at one time.
Yeah.
I wonder if she was.
Look it up.
Stone Ritter said somebody needs to come out with a sweet tea honey for those of us that don't drink coffee.
Yes, they do.
I think your buttons will be all over that.
I don't drink coffee either, but I'll eat this honey. That's for sure.
Oh, wait, I don't know how you people function throughout the day without drinking coffee.
I drink hot tea now.
Oh, no, thank you. I can't handle that. For
But
me, tea's supposed to be cold and coffee's supposed to be hot.
I like sweet tea too, but I'm trying not to. If I sweeten it, I need to sweeten it with honey. I don't need to sweeten it with sugar.
Okay, here's the woman's link, Miss Carolyn Gibson.
Okay.
So anybody interested, there's the link to her YouTube channel.
Okay, good.
Yeah, seriously, Sarah. I'm on my 4th cup of Death Wish coffee since 4 p.m. today, just to stay awake. I mean, literally. It's not an exaggeration at all. I drink it all day long.
Thanks,
See,
Lee.
that's why I stopped drinking it, because That's the way I was getting to be. I was getting to drink it all day long. So
Mm-hmm.
when I got COVID, I said, if I'm ever going to quit, let's quit now.
Yeah.
While I already have the headaches.
Yeah, that's true.
If I could go back to drinking in 2 cups a day, I'd do it. But I just don't trust myself.
Mm-mm. No, I'd never survive. People around me wouldn't survive.
I don't say nothing until she gets that cup in her hand and starts drinking it in the morning.
I was the same way. I mean, I would, if I didn't have a cup by 10 o'clock, I had the worst headache.
Yes.
And I couldn't even function for the rest of the day if I didn't get that coffee in me. That's nice, not having to worry about that.
Yeah,
But I still miss it though. But I still miss it. And my mom, because of her memory issue, she still asks me if I want a cup of coffee.
Oh,
I haven't drank it in 2 years.
No, ma'am,
But
I'm good.
she'll ask me every morning, and sometimes she'll make some in the evenings and ask me.
that's just a Southern thing.
No, I used to would drink it with my dad and my mom.
Mm-hmm. Well, David Lewis said he's seeing fields of yellow up there and wondering what is planted. And so I'm not sure what would be yellow except wildflowers, maybe.
Is it planted? Might be canola. It's planted.
What are you saying? Something planted up there.
Oh, thank you, Russell. He said they have found lots of benefits to drinking coffee. No,
How about six?
that would be
How about
good.
have they found lots of benefits to drinking 6 cups a day?
Probably. Joey said he's down to 2 a day, but they're 20-ounce cups.
There you go.
I don't know. I could probably handle about 5 or 6 of the 20-ounce cups a day if I let myself go that far. I have had a lot, believe it or not. Oh, there's Jax.
What do you say, brother? Good to see you, man.
Hey, Jax.
Mr. David, going back to yours, the only thing that I can think of that we only see fields of yellow of, and it's just during fall and winter time, is going to be that wild mustard.
Yeah, wild mustard.
Yeah, I mean, the folks we get our feed from, they own, well, there ain't no telling literally how many thousands of acres these people own, but the main thoroughfare on both sides of the highway right there, it's pretty, beautiful yellow out there all fall and winter long.
I was laughing at Russell. He said coffee improves memory for women. That's a true statement. It definitely chases away my brain fog. Helps me think clearly.
I'm glad because she keeps up with everything that we do. Because I sure can't remember much of nothing. I can tell you a story that happened 25 years ago, detail by detail.
But he could not tell you the words I said to him 3 minutes ago.
No.
See you later, Lee.
How's your mama doing, Philip? Since you was speaking over a second ago.
She's my brother helped her call me. I was actually at that convention, and I was sitting in the seminar, and of course, when it says "mama" on your phone, you get up and run out of the room and go answer it.
Yeah,
But
you did.
so I talked to her for a good while, but as usual, she's trying to tell me something, but she can't find the words, to tell me.
Oh,
We talked for a long time, but hey, it's still a blessing anytime I can talk to her because I can't call her anymore. She can't figure out how to answer the phone. So you have to kind of call. If somebody's there, you can call them and they can give her the phone.
Yeah.
But physically she's doing great. It's just that she's having a little trouble with that Alzheimer's.
We pray for her often.
I mean, she's probably outlived a lot of us at 89 years old. So
Mm-hmm.
89. Whew. Way the world's going, do we want to make it to 89 nowadays?
I'm not going to answer that question out loud.
just depends on your health, I guess.
Yeah.
My dad's body failed him. He made it to 86, but his body failed him, but his mind never did, which is good.
Mm. Well, I always said that, but like sitting with my grandma so much the last year or so that because she's the same weight. She turned 96 last month, and there is nothing wrong with her mind. Like she can still tell you stories from 80 years ago and not miss a beat, but her body is what has got her bedridden. Her bones are so brittle now, she can't do anything. And it's like, it's kind of a blessing and a curse, I guess, because she still has her wits about her. But the way she talks to me is she has to face the good and the bad in reality because she's still there in her mind. So she knows how miserable she is, kind of thing. But, Brian, are you trying to come in again, Philip? Oh, he froze. He's gone. That's what happened.
I was hitting buttons. I'm telling you, I hit some buttons. I hit some buttons to try to get back out of the comments. I was looking at the comments and something happened. It went blank on me. So.
We understand.
It happens.
It's okay.
I'm a button starter kit.
That's what I ought to make.
Oh, no, that's not what you want to make.
Just have one big button. That's all it will be.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness, Jags. He said he's trying to follow his great-grandfather and make it to 113.
I heard that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, the stories that can be told.
Seriously. I mean, you have seen the world go from one extreme to another. You've been on this planet that long.
Yes.
That's crazy. Wow.
An old friend of mine, his grandma, she had gotten a type of cancer. And in her latter days, anybody that's been around with folks that when it starts getting close to time, they'll kind of drift on back into childhood and things like that. But I guess you could call this a good memory about her. I mean, I love the woman to death all around, but one of the days that they keep them so loaded on that medicine and stuff, but Miss Williams was talking in her sleep, but she was talking about, she said, well, Daddy, I've got the mules hitched up to the wagon and I've got warm bricks on the floorboard. So our feet ain't going to get cold headed out this morning.
Wow.
And I would think to myself, that woman went from seeing You know, they were still pulling wagons and buggies back in her day whenever she was a T90 little old thing, all the way to seeing, you know, automobiles and
Airplanes.
yeah, everything.
Mhm. Yep, that's incredible.
But 113, ooh,
That's a lot of humans.
Lord, sure enough blessed you with some fine years.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oldest one I've only known of, there's a lady we used to run on the ambulance quite a bit down there in Chunchula. And she was, what was she, 109, 108 or 109 the last time we ran on her. She was right on the top of the hill up there as soon as you come up off the main 45 right there. But run on her quite a bit. But I was just thought that was amazing being, you know, 108 or 109 years old.
That's wild.
DC said my grandma saw everything from covered wagons to the space shuttles.
Wow.
But my grandma, I mean, she still, like, I try not to get her going because she gets really upset at women like my age and especially younger that want to gripe about how hard life is. Oh, yeah. She'll just laugh. Like, she's a very unique woman. I will say that. But she's got this giggle she does when you're fixing to get a smart aleck comment. She's got this one certain giggle she does, and she'll do that, and she'll tell you in a heartbeat, well, you should have tried raising 4 boys in cloth diapers with hand pump well for the kitchen sink, and that was all you had. You didn't have a washing machine or a dryer. You scrubbed the poop out of them diapers, and you wrung them out, and you hung them up on a line, and that was life.
I wish Sophie was here to hear that because she came home. She was upset because Kroger's didn't have the kind of fruit drink she likes. She had to settle for a different kind. And
Yeah, it's not
I
gonna
just
get
looked. I just looked at her and I said, "The struggle is real."
the struggle is real. Yep. We were watching videos earlier about that. Not quite that, but close to that. Just the way people nowadays, men and women, like, I can't understand the logic of some of the things they get that mad about.
Lord, no. Going, good grief, yeah. A lot of them you can tell they were not, I'd say, close to being poor for poor folks like many of us were brought up. You know, you didn't get every time you said you wanted something or, you know, things along those lines, or whenever you finally got up of age and you started figuring out, well, mom and daddy don't have a lot of money, and it takes everything that they have to keep the lights on and me to have a decent pair of blue jeans and, you know, things like that. And you watch, like she's saying, these videos of a lot of these spoiled brats running around nowadays and how they don't get a $60,000 vehicle just because.
Right.
Just because.
DC said, Hannah, it's called the Twilight Zone nowadays.
Yes. Come to life.
Oh. Yeah, tell me about it, DC. I grew up in my brother's hand-me-down blue jeans. But I didn't know the difference then. I mean, honestly, I did not know the difference.
No. You hear the stories of Like my daddy, whenever his daddy was killed in the police department in 1947, my daddy was 1942. My daddy was 5 years old.
No, Charlie was 5. And Daddy was 8 or 9.
Yeah, okay. So daddy was about 8 or 9 in 1942.
Mhm.
He was born in 35. There's the number for you. But
7.
after my granddaddy was killed in 1942 in the line of duty, my grandma raised 5 youngins in a dirt floor chicken coop
Ooh,
for about 5 years.
Literally a chicken pen.
wow.
Walking to the creek every night to bathe 5 youngins.
I
She sure
thought my
was.
I thought my mom's parents were poor. They at least had a wood floor to walk on.
Yeah.
They
But
didn't have
all-
they didn't have indoor plumbing, but they had a wood floor.
Well, they moved in behind my grandma's sister, and all she had at the time for them to live anywhere was that old chicken coop. And they turned it into a home.
Wow.
And, you know, dirt floor poor was reality for them.
Mr. Mike finally got his. He just got the notification.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. And he said, "Oh heck, guys, I walked to school uphill both ways." And DC said, "In the snow, Mike." He said, "Flying in snow."
We're glad you can make it, Mr. Mike. Better late than never.
I'm kind of glad you were late, Mr. Mike, because we were late too. You would have been getting on.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
But I hope
Mike,
you have a good
Mike,
holiday.
they're on at 7 o'clock every Sunday night. I'm not sure what you want. We can all call you next week if you want us to.
We'll start doing it. Look,
We're gonna send out. We'll have us a little group text notification. Tell everybody we're getting ready, y'all.
We'll do the old school phone tree.
Yeah, DC, I'm finally getting old enough to start catching myself doing them things. He said it's funny how as we get older, we sound more and more like our parents. I'm totally a get off my lawn person now.
yes, sir. Don't you drive on that grass.
Uh-huh.
I am that dude. Do not drive on my grass. No.
It's hilarious. But I do, at least I guess it's a good thing. I can't laugh at myself when I catch myself sounding like my parents.
Yeah.
My biggest thing now is the flowers. It's like we were the tillers and the planters and the weeders and everything for my mom when we were growing up. Like literally, she'd have 4 kids lined up with shovels, turning dirt to make a flower bed. And I swore up and down I would never. But now you can't step foot in my yard without just about stepping on a flower of some sort.
Yeah, you'll always what does he say there?
Let's see.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He asked the question how poisonous the black widow was. And I said, I don't know. I'll catch one and send it to you. You can let us know.
Yeah. Good to see you, Mr. Mike Berry.
Hello, Mike. How you doing?
Appreciate you dropping in this evening. World famous Mr. Mike Berry.
That's it.
Yeah, he's been putting out some good videos.
Yes, sir, he does.
I watch him.
Wait till I get there where I don't have to care what time it is.
I'll just tell you this much, Darren. I haven't got bit by a female black widow, but I did pick up a pile of leaves one time, and I had a male bite me. And that little joker inflicted some pain. Then the worst part was me having to go in and tell Hannah, look, I think we need to go to the emergency room. I don't know what this is going to turn into or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
So, long story short on that one, we sat there a couple hours. Nobody ever seen me. And I just looked at her and said, "Well, I ain't dead yet, so I think we good to go. Let's just go on home."
But yeah, that's the words every wife wants to hear.
But my understanding, them females, they'll inflict a little bit of pain,
Yeah,
make you pretty sick.
I don't know. I mean, I also have uh, inside my cabin, and I've seen them inside and outside, but I have the brown recluse spider in there, and
Mm-hmm.
so I looked that up because I have never seen a black widow inside, but I looked that up because you never know when they're like between the sheets or something, you roll over on one. But they were saying they weren't that bad most of the time that you have a reaction. But I grew up and they are, you if you got bit by a brown recluse, they said your leg was going to rot off. I don't know. That's just the way people talk. But
Well, what we was trained in EMT school and all that with the brown recluse is you won't necessarily know one of them have got you, but you'll have it'll kind of look like a fire ant bite, if you will, to start with. Then you think it looks like it's fixing to heal up, it'll scab up and all that. Then before you know it, it just gradually starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger if you don't get it treated. Then
is that
if
how
it
that
gets to a certain point, you can
Yeah,
get
I
the
did
bite.
read that said you won't even know you got bit because they inject like an anesthesia type, so you don't even know that they're injecting the venom into you. Their bite is painless, but which is kind of a scary thought.
I don't ever want to experiment with either one.
It's hard, they take off running when you turn the lights on. They're pretty fast, but the reason I knew I had them in there was I was getting the glass down out of the cabinet, and one had gotten down in the glass and couldn't climb back out. And I thought it was dead. But I got it to move a little bit. And then when I thought it was either dead or nearly dead, but when I dumped it out of that glass, that thing took off. I was able to squash it, but I had to be quick because that thing moved real fast. It was just trying to trick me. It was slow playing me. And then I found another one in a jar that same day.
Oh, wow.
It was the same. It got down in that jar and couldn't get out.
Mike Berry said he saw a 3-inch rotten hole in a leg after a recluse bite.
Woo. Yeah, I know a lady who was she got bit on her butt and lost half her butt cheek.
Oh my gosh.
And what was scary was she was laying in bed with her like infant son. She was so
Oh my God.
thank goodness it was her that got bit and not him.
Absolutely.
But I think it was a recluse. Or it might
I
have
don't
been
know
black.
if the Louisiana folks are getting them yet, or if y'all gotten them, but Lord, what was it? After one of the bad hurricanes come up from Florida and went down through Miami, Keys area and all that, and it come up our way, Pensacola, Biloxi area, and we kind of caught the middle. I think I won't say Hurricane Danny or one of them, but anyway, man, about a couple of weeks after the storm had passed on through, a lot of the folks was around here was starting to see what they called a brown widow. And we never had them things here, but that hurricane picked them spiders up and carried that joker in that storm and just dumped them off over land. And now, on top of the infamous black widow that we see all the time, we have to keep our eyes out for the brown one. But those brown ones, they don't hide like that black one does. They'll be out in the open for the most part.
Well, that black widow I put in that short was that's the first one I've seen out there in 7, 8 years. So
They're
I,
really good at hiding.
you know, and I've seen them in Texas, but I had not seen them out there before. But it took me, it was several years before I saw a copperhead, and I was told by the neighbor that those were everywhere.
Mm-hmm. They're good at hiding too.
Yeah,
Oh, them guys blend in better than them old diamondbacks.
Yeah, they do.
that copperhead I saw, I was right. It was right there by my cabin. I was walking, and literally, my right foot was coming right down on top of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I looked down and saw it, and I don't know how I did it, but somehow I hopped with my left foot and landed like 3 feet past it. It's like, I mean, my foot was like with 6 inch, and it just I kind of startled it, but it
Mm-hmm.
didn't move. And I had to. I generally don't kill snakes, even poisonous ones, but it was too close to the cabin, so I had to kill that one.
Yeah. I'd have loved to have had a little hidden camera out for that one.
I did, man. I jumped on one foot, even though I was coming down on the other. A good ways.
He would have went viral.
What is that? The triple jump? You know how they hop? It had to be one of those moves.
And y'all watch this.
DC said Philip's brain said nope.
Oh, there goes Jasper.
We're supposed to have a bunch of them here at the house, but we see more of them diamondbacks than we do anything. And we was working down, I guess the biggest city y'all would probably recognize would be Gulf Shores, but we're about 28 miles from Gulf Shores on one of the barrier islands.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, after one of the hurricanes come in, we was working down there about 7 months, and we was tearing up some fence that the storm blew over. And well, lo and behold, run across I'm talking about little baby copperhead. And I'm the same way as you, Philip. I pretty well, look, you just need to go on about your business and leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. I ain't going to kill you.
Right.
This rocked on for about 2 days, me picking this little copperhead up, throwing it off in the bushes. Well, what put the nail in the coffin is the next morning we came back and I reached down and I grabbed a piece of concrete and went to roll it up out of that old beach sand. And when I did, guess who was laid up underneath that concrete?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, we had to remedy that situation. Well, the homeowner did. He ended up calling me later that evening. He said, I wasn't telling him about the snakes, but he called me. He said, you ain't going to believe I killed some baby copperheads around here. And I just played dumb. And I was like, oh, no, for real?
He killed him with a lawnmower.
Oh, he chopped them with.
I was like,
Holy.
oh, man.
And you
Yeah,
out there? Ain't no grass to cut out there anyway. I don't know why you're running a lawnmower on beach sand, but okay.
Literally, you're on the beach. Why do you even own a lawnmower down there?
I was standing talking to the neighbor down the road, and we were just standing out in his yard, and you know, this man's, I think he's 85 years old, and he said he'd been having health problems. He was telling me how he couldn't stand up for very long and all this stuff. So I'm standing there and talking to him. I said, there goes a snake right there, and it was like going 10 feet away from us. It wasn't poisonous or anything. I don't even know what it was, but it was a little bitty thing. And that man went crazy, grabbed a bucket and started slamming it down on that snake. And I was sitting there going, what are you doing? He goes, I'm killing it. And I was like, why? He's like, I hate snakes. I said, I wouldn't even have told you it was there if I'd known he was going to. I thought he was going to have a heart attack and hurt himself. He got so worked up over killing that little old non-venomous snake.
Oh, my word.
So I felt bad that I pointed that snake out to him after it was all over with.
When I'll kick you off to the side next time.
Mike Berry said that would have been me, Phil. Illuminate said use a weed whacker. I just don't have the heart to do that, even to a snake.
Oh, I thought maybe he's talking about the little bit of grass out there, and I'm like, well, yeah, you'd have been done less than 5 minutes. What little bit of grass grows out there in that old beach sand? I don't even know if you'd call it grass.
No.
It's more of a reed type thing. But yeah, some people they don't like them snakes.
I've got quite a few rat snakes or chicken snakes. I think they're the same thing.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, I got a little video of one. I walked up on it the last time I was out there, and it just didn't even try to get out of my way.
Yeah.
But I like to see those.
Mike Berry said, don't let me see one while shooting a video or y'all will really get it. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't care for them, but I don't react like that to them.
They make me jump until I know what they are. But
yeah. I mean, I'm not going to go poking it, trying to pick it up or something, even if I know what it is. I still don't want to touch them, but I'm not like terrified of them, I guess.
No, I will. I'll chase them down like I was 10 years old still.
I just shake my head and can't move. He's going to bring the stupid thing in the house, too. You want to pet it? I said, no, I don't want to pet it.
Yeah, I won't pick them up.
You ain't going to believe this. Mr. Mike Conley is moving on up.
What's he doing?
He done got him a Facebook account.
No, he didn't.
Really?
Oh, he did.
Well, I'm a find you, Mr. Mike Conley.
Yeah. He said he's on a lot of B sites and he's amazed at all the going on. That's what I told him. You're getting on social media. He said his son-in-law fixed him up and it's better than a soap opera.
I was going to say, you better be careful. Lord have mercy.
At what you can come across on there, Mr. Mike.
Yes, sir.
It can be hilarious.
We need to get you on here one day, Mr. Mike Conley.
Just to tell us some stories.
Y'all would. It's a blessing talking to that man, but I'll talk with him for 2 or 3 hours, literally. And just laugh and laugh at the stuff that man comes up with.
Yeah, you never know where the conversation's going to go, Illuminate. He said, y'all talk about the craziest stuff on this channel.
That's what Randy from Tar Heel always says, and like after the show's over.
It's always interesting.
Always interesting is what he puts in there.
Mike Berry said, I figured God cursed the serpent, so I'm right there with him. Oh, my word. We did try to keep it on beekeeping, at least at the beginning.
Yeah.
But it usually goes way off the rails.
At least the first hour, we're talking at least something about bees, I guess. Then
DC said we just kind of float
yes,
wherever the wind takes.
it goes from Mark Miller and shotgunning to DC shooting frogs with a slingshot to snake killing.
It's always a good laugh, though.
Yeah. Well,
You're past your time, Buttons.
I'm trying to remember what last week we got so fired up about, laughing so hard at the end.
I'm not even going to tell you, so you'll get on it again.
Who was?
I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to go there. Yeah.
Tell the people.
I'm trying to remember what that was, too.
It was him and his singing all the random stupid songs. He gets stuck in my head.
Yeah. That ain't no holler back, girl.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
That's why I was not going to say it. At all. I'm telling you, we heard that they were playing that song in Walmart. And he has sang it every single stinking day since then. And it's really getting old because I don't do that kind of music to begin with.
Yeah. My Tim, when was your birthday?
82.
No, when was it? You're the
Oh, February.
oh, you're February. Are you which one of you? One of you is are you June, Hannah?
We're both in February.
How are you? Okay.
Mine's the 3rd, she's the 19th.
Well, mine was my mother-in-law took me and the family out to dinner last night for my birthday, and there was they had some singer in there, and she was singing country songs, and I was of course singing along, and my daughter looks over at my wife and goes, "This is why I don't like to go anywhere with him."
So it was yesterday your birthday?
Yep, yesterday was it.
Happy birthday. I did not know that.
Yep, 29 again.
29. Like Tim told our little nephew that the other day. So he asked him, Uncle Tim, just how old are you? And Tim told him, well, I've already been 18 twice. And he goes, that's cheating, Uncle Tim. How'd you do that?
It just blew his mind. I said, then I've been 21 twice, Buddy Bro, and he's like, you're old, Uncle Tim. And I was like, so don't you even start driving on that, you know?
No, he said something about he wanted to buy a scratch-off ticket.
Oh, yeah.
And we told him, yeah, you can't, buddy. You got to be 18. And he goes, well, gosh, by the time I'm 18, I'm going to be ancient, Hanny Boo.
That's right. You won't even be able to get around and spend the money.
Seriously. I mean, yeah, I was like, well, good grief, what am I, decrepit? Come on, dude. Pastor Larry, y'all please don't encourage that. He said, I've been sitting in my front seat waiting. Tim said earlier we were going to get some sing.
Well, my new one this week is,
No.
how'd it go?
Please forget. You can't remember anything that you actually need to remember, but you can remember the lyrics to the Ain't Holler Back.
I'm so sorry, girl. I didn't mean to hurt you. Come on home. 'Cause I got beans and bologna. Oh, yeah.
That must be some of that new stuff. I hadn't heard that one yet.
Oh my gosh.
It's a little short. I'll send it to you because it's hilarious. A friend of
It's
mine.
hilarious the first time you watch it, but after you hear it 5,000 times, it's not funny anymore.
My phone went to dinging about 4 o'clock the other morning. An old family friend, he was texting his family and he threw me in there in the group text. And I was afraid I was going to wake Hannah up whenever I started watching it. But
He was cackling. I mean, he was laughing his butt off at 4 in the morning to this crowd.
yeah, some old dude talking about
Oh my word.
he missed his old lady. She wasn't cooking pretty much. So he had some beans and bologna. And it's just kind of
He's got
evolved
a
from there.
can of pork and beans and a pack of bologna in the video. No woman's coming back to that, bro. You just need to move on.
Well, I don't know what you're supposed to do when you're sitting there in a restaurant, and she was a pretty good singer, but she started singing some old Merle Haggard. I mean, you got to sing along, right?
You have no choice with Merle Haggard.
When she comes out and says, "Silver wings, shining in the sunlight,
Here we go.
roaring engines,
Thank you.
somewhere in the night."
Hey, at least,
Taking me away,
oh boy, here he comes.
leaving me
Leaving me
alone.
lonely,
Here we go. Let's several.
silver wings.
Karaoke
Slowly
night on
fading
God.
outside. There we go. Harmonize. Feel it. We're harmonizing.
Y'all ain't half bad.
Look, they still in here. We ain't lost them yet.
Put some kind of link in there. I'm trying to make sure what she shared.
Maybe it's beans and barbecue.
Did you send it to them?
I don't know if I sent it to them, but I mean, you could just type in beans and barbecue on your
Beans and
YouTube.
bologna.
I mean, beans and bologna on YouTube, and just you'll see.
Oh my gosh, she did get the beans and bologna. That's what she just put in the chat. Oh, Macy, y'all can blame Danae for that one.
Yeah, I gotta do the beans and bologna. I'll probably be singing that one to Sophie tomorrow.
Oh, you will. You will, brother. You'll be like, yes. I got something to aggravate the snot out of you.
That's right.
Oh, it will. I'm telling you, it will. But that man, like, he was singing from the bottom of his soul.
He sure is. Yeah. He heartbroken.
Oh, my word.
Mm.
Oh, my word. She said it's pretty catchy. Until Tim sings it to you over and over and over again.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to change my description in this live chat.
Beans and bologna, here we go.
I guess so. Because it turned into nothing about, I can't even remember what we had.
DC, did you watch it? He said, oh no, I now understand.
Yeah, it ain't but about a,
It's only like a 30-second clip,
Yeah.
but
well, 3 of them's dropped out, so I imagine they're going to check it out right now. We'll see if 35 or whatever it is comes on back.
Have you heard that one? It's something like Out by the Lake or something like that.
Mm-mm.
And it's literally one line, and he sings it over and over in different ways. It's got like it's high production. It's got music written, and yeah, I have to send that one to you, Tim. You'll be hearing that one tomorrow.
Send it to me, because I done
Down
burned
by
out.
the Lake, I think is what it's called, something like that.
Because it wasn't long ago I got her with the old, this is the song that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends.
I went through a pound of coffee in 2 days when he was on that.
I try to keep things interesting here to have people.
Oh, it's like Danae said it's not about the tone, it's the intent. Oh, we way off the rails tonight, yeah.
But it's good. This is what I enjoy about it. We fellowship and having a good time, having some good laughs.
Oh, it's good laughs. That's for sure.
But there ain't no telling how many people going out of here going, oh my goodness gracious alive, what did I just watch? Y'all come back next Sunday. We'll have something else for you.
The what song tonight? The Narwhal song? I don't know how you say that. Drop another link, Danae. What you got now?
That's hilarious. So that video has over 1 million views.
Which one?
I'm going to assume beans and bologna.
Bless his heart. Tim might be the next one-hit wonder. Oh, my word.
As long as I can get that one good paycheck, that's all it's going to take. That one good paycheck.
And then I'll just let you sing your little heart out. It starts making money.
I'll sing it.
Okay, Danae, drop that link. Let me check this one out. Well, I can't turn it up. It's beautiful, beautiful.
I'll have to watch that one when we go off. Thank you, Danae. That'll give me one more. But all right, y'all. We are 2 hours and 10 minutes into beekeeping live chat, and
That has nothing to do with beekeeping at this point.
yeah,
Nothing to do with beekeeping.
We gonna wrap her up, yeah, unless you want to carry on.
Oh, I'm good.
You got,
I'm out of coffee and I'm fading fast.
you got a spoon?
No, I don't have a tune. I'm not going to torture people like that.
Cause your bucket's got a hole in it.
A big hole in it.
Some of y'all know that one. If you old school country music, y'all know that one.
Yep, my tune will trickle right on out of my hole in my bucket.
Well, thank you, Philip. Mr. David, I don't know if he's still in here or not. Appreciate y'all dropping in, brother.
All right.
Hope everybody had a fine Father's Day, and
Yeah.
to our members and all, thank y'all again for all the support. But God bless you, and Lord willing, we'll see y'all on the next one.
Yeah. Y'all have a good week.
Y'all take care.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye, Philip.